Hello, trading is closed on the 17th of July 2014. I'm Jeffrey Tennant. I have to redictate today's video because I made a mistake on my earlier recording. Yesterday I was looking for a gap, preferably on the downside, a gap out of Wednesday's trading range. We did get the gap and it was on the downside. We had a target from July 15th of 1971.49. I expected to see it yesterday, but it happened today. Today's action is compatible with the long-term call that we have a major top and possibly the end of the 5-year bull market. Because of that, there's an increased risk of failure of today's target of 1975.89. During the day, we had thin lines indicating resistance. They can also indicate support if prices are coming down into them. Here they're resistance at the highs. Thick lines indicate targets. This one was hit. This one has not been hit and is favored to print by tomorrow, according to the system. We had an ultimate sell at the afternoon high. The target is indicated by this white dot. It was hit immediately. It's pretty tough to trade if all you were using was the system, but there's nothing requiring prices to stop at the target. mejt is now saying this is a false move. The move from today's low to that high looks like quite a stretch, so let's see what else is playing out. This is the DeMark sell signal. We had 13 pairs of countdown of a sequential sell. Even when we rallied around here, I said the end of the 5-year bull market was a real possibility. We had 21 bars of countdown. If we had 22, the signal would have been invalidated, so we dropped just in time. The origin of the signal, the TDST line, is usually taken out pretty quickly if prices are going to collapse, and that didn't happen. I've noticed that the close of the 8th bar of countdown can have significance too. Typically, if we're going to drop, we take out that close on a closing basis. Note that on this drop, we went under it and couldn't close under it, and today the same thing happened. We went under it and we couldn't close under it. To me, support is holding at the present time. We had in red an inverted diamond on stilts. The first challenge of the origin of the left stilt held, and when the second challenge didn't lead to a huge rally, it was a sign that normally positive signals were not working. I think what happened is that we had a new diamond on stilts here, stilt, inverted diamond. And the first test of the origin of the left stilt held. That brings us to the pattern in blue. We have a stilt up, a large diamond, and a stilt down. This is the first test of the origin of the left stilt, and it usually holds. We also have a wall into the close. A wall like this indicates panic selling by retail customers. Typically, it is greeted by a gap up the following day. We had a trend line here, if I don't move it, which clued us into resistance at the top. If you connect the top of this gap and that gap, you get support right here at the low. So we have a drop to, but not through another support level. Once the futures market opened, prices collapsed down to about 1942.50, which is equivalent to about 1948 cash. What this means is that support held during regular trading hours, and retail customers gave up and sold en masse once futures opened. The 1948 price in cash is a mejt support level. mejt targets come from regular trading hours. The page 120 signal doesn't have to work. The signal described as a direct hit doesn't have to work, but if it worked, they argue for a strong move from this low. I may be getting too cute here because the long-term call is for a big drop and the top being in, but I think tomorrow, if we gap up, which I think is very likely, at this 1975.89 price is not out of range. If, on the other hand, we gap down, then we have violated strong support. That's today's call.